Every time one of us three wins a match of Guilty Gear Strive, they get to ask both the loser and the person spectating any question that they want. Yep, it's a pretty simple premise.
I'd add that these questions can possibly span multiple matches depending on how the answer goes, so I'd just say it's whoever wins the most recent match after the question has been finished.
Skill issue, so here's a fun one. What's the strongest animal you think you can beat in a fight? You have a $20 Walmart gift card to prepare ahead of time.
Ooh, $20? How much can I buy a sledgehammer for? Sledgehammer price.
Oh, there's no way a sledgehammer is $20.
It's Walmart.
They're not $20.
Sledgehammers are expensive.
Wait. I can buy a hammer, not a sledgehammer. I'm wondering, can I buy, like, any sort of sharp object?
Yeah, you can buy anything that Walmart will let you.
Gardening tools,
$20.
Walmart. Okay. Are we counting taxes?
This is all
let's
because
not.
I wanted to grab.
I can buy, like, probably a fairly decent cooking knife for that. Kitchen knife. I think
Alright,
the
yeah,
kitchen knife is the best tool. I'm gonna buy two kitchen knives. No, a kitchen knife and a stick. I'm gonna make a spare. And some duct tape.
Oh, you're gonna make us be alright.
The strongest animal that I
honestly-
think I can beat. I can't beat a boar. Not a boar. I can't beat a bear. I think I can
Oh,
beat...
yeah. I don't think any of us are beating a bear, even if we had, like, anything we wanted from that. Almost anything we wanted.
Alright.
No, you
I
can actually
think-
beat a bear pretty simply.
You guys are gonna think I'm fucking insane, but I think I could beat a moose.
With a fucking...
Yes.
With a
Yes.
kitchen knife
Yes.
lance thing.
A 9mm in one shot takes down a moose.
Yeah, but
Moose
keep
are
in mind,
resilient, but... Are we saying that I'm at, like, my absolute best, or do I have, like, one shot? And am I,
You mean,
like,
like,
at my
absolute
average? Because if I'm at my absolute best, I'm taking down that moose with a knife.
Let's say you're at your best, sure.
I'm taking down that moose, dude. That moose is fucked. I don't mean to glue.
I heavily disagree.
I don't mean to glue, but as soon as that moose charges me and misses, it's done.
My thing is, do you honestly think you can... Here's my thing. If you make that... Oh, shit, I'm actually getting my ass beat.
Well, keep in mind, I'm aiming for the head, the neck specifically, the brain. If I manage to hit that, it's done.
You know what? Fair point.
Keep in
Moose
mind-
take a while to, like, change. They charge fast.
Some guy killed a mountain lion barehanded. I can kill a moose with a knife.
That's fair. Here's my thing. I think if you're doing it with, like, the lance strategy, I don't think it's going to work. But if you just, like, have the knife, yeah. Here's my thing. I am willing to say... what's the strongest animal I think I could beat? So here's my first thing. Now, 20
A
bucks...
pump back well on land.
Okay, let's say it's in that animal's environment.
Okay.
So you can't beat a humpback whale. So here's my thing. Flamethrowers. It is very easy. Just get some easy, like, hairspray. Get a portable lighter. Boom. You have a flamethrower. Light most creatures on fire, and I'm sure they're gonna be like, oh, I'm on fire.
Alright, you have a point.
I'm trying to think, like, what's the strongest thing I think I could get away with? Because I don't think I could be a tiger or something. Nah, that's
Yeah,
too
no,
strong.
you're done.
Okay, me personally, you say $20 Walmart gift card.
$19 Fortnite card.
You say Fortnite. I say good night because it's about to be good night for this animal once I'm through with it. $20 Walmart card. I could
Why the fuck am I the one in danger?
You're not approaching.
You're cringe.
Which is actually kind of bullshit. Yeah, you are approaching a lot.
Honestly, I don't really buy much from Walmart unless it's clothes or
It's like a super convenient store. You get like almost anything you can think of.
Alright, how much is a machete there?
Probably more than $20 unless you're buying a cheap ass machete.
Yeah, no, true. Okay, Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to.
I could take a wolf. I could totally take a wolf.
I'm gonna have to be very creative with this one.
Honestly, I think I could take a wolf barehanded is my thing, actually. I can come up with something better. I could take a boar. I could definitely take like a wild boar.
Okay, okay.
I think that's about as strong
I
as
thought you
can
said
get.
bear at first, and I was like, no.
No, I'm not an idiot. I'm not dying yet.
Okay, I'll have to steal an idea here and also say portable flamethrower.
Yeah, it's honestly a genius strategy.
And now you see now the animal I would take, now me personally, not many animals are heat resistant, especially very fluffy ones. So I'm going to say a wild mama grizzly bear that has been enraged already.
You said a mom grizzly bear?
Fuck
Yes,
no, Nova,
I
you're
will
going
burn
to
it.
die.
No, the fuck you won't. You said
I will
enraged
burn-
grizzly bear. This
Enraged-
this motherfucker
dude,
added a
enraged
buff
mama bear.
onto his
I
enemy.
will
He said, I
burn.
have a thirst for the challenge.
Well, he's not gonna sugarcoat it.
Bro,
He added
I'm
a
not
fucking
gonna
buff. He said this animal is buff.
Yeah, this animal's buff.
Deadly
See, look, I did
grizzly
something
bear.
different.
He said, I
You
need
know-
a challenge.
It's fucking Goku, Nova, you're not.
You
You know what?
no,
I'll let
hold
him
on.
explain itself. Explain yourself.
Hold on,
I'll
hold
let
on, hold on. No, let me explain.
Okay.
Okay, so you know how they're covered in fur, right? Their whole from head to toe to even ass, they are covered in fur. Now, which material is not flame retardant? Fur. Fur is not flame retardant. If you burn fur, it will burn. It will not come back. Now, you can also say skin is not flame retardant. Third degree burns. Yes, those are a thing. Now, the bear, of course, you could say power through the pain and rip me to shreds. Now, what if I were to tell you... Hold on a second.
You know, he has me thinking a bit. If you lit a bear on fire and then like ran and hid to the point where it couldn't get you, maybe.
No. Here's the thing.
Hmm?
A bear's
Yes, it
fur
did.
is not that thick. There's not as much to burn as you think. Also, fur often burns a lot quicker than you think it would too. Fur is a little too flammable, a little flash burn. Grizzly
Fair
bears
enough.
have very short and thin hairs.
Ah, come on, you stupid
Ah,
bird.
I lamed him out. Now, I'm quite curious to what you all think. What was he cooking?
Ooh, you know, what? Who is he? I think we have to answer that question first. Who is he?
Well, the image is usually Thanos, so what was Thanos cooking?
What was Thanos? Thanos wiped out half of the. He wiped out half of the universe, right?
Yeah.
In an effort to get rocks. What food is heavily mineral based?
Water?
Okay, motherfucker.
I don't know. I don't think food, like, I don't... See,
Salt
like,
is a
minerals,
mineral.
yes.
Salt is a rock mineral.
That's true, that's true. Oh, and you know what? He was cooking it in a big, like, cauldron. So I would assume he's making some sort of stew or soup.
No, honestly, after a hard day of wiping out half the universe, I want to go home and make myself a nice beef stew.
That might have been it. See, what would you have to cook with?
Fire.
The idea was that resources were running out. That's why he wiped out half of the universe. So hear me
Yeah,
out.
but
then
he was
soup,
eating.
Soup would be a very easy thing to make.
No, hear me out. He didn't have much. He didn't have many ingredients. He was making a big old pot of top ramen.
What?
A big old pot of top ramen.
Oh, you know what? Maybe.
And
I
keep
was
in
going
mind,
to say
salt.
it's a big... Yeah, salt.
Infinity gauntlets. Rocks.
Hear me out.
Salt.
Big pot. What does a big pot imply? Naturally, yes,
Noodles.
a soup. What's the most common soup?
Ramen noodles.
Well, ramen noodles aren't exactly a soup.
Potato soup.
I was going to say, like, the most easily accessible, especially if resources are low, is probably something like tomato soup.
I mean, yeah. I don't know potatoes, because keep in mind, potatoes are like poverty food, #1.
That's true.
I still think he was cooking top ramen.
I feel like, I mean, it would make sense. It would
What
make
flavor?
a lot of sense.
What do you think Dan's favorite top ramen flavor is?
Hear me out. With a pot that fucking big, what if he had, hear me out. What's the most common thing in when you make a pot with that kind of fucking size? Hot pot. What if he just said, I'm going to combine all of the spice packets at once?
Maybe.
Multi-flavor. Mentioning potatoes, what if he was just making a bunch of fucking boiled potatoes at once? He's a big guy, so he probably needs to eat a lot.
Probably. Why is it, what was he cooking and not what is he cooking though? Did it go wrong?
Oh, well, to be fair, I think in the scene afterwards, they like spill the pot and like fucking kill him.
Yeah.
He's probably eating some rocks, man. He's a fucking titan. He probably is just eating some meaty rocks. You know, obviously you Neanderthals do not know how meaty rocks can be. Y'all don't live in the geometric world that I live in. I mean, to be fair, you're playing Anji Mito. You probably eat stir fry. Come on now. Hey, you shouldn't be laughing over there, backseater. You played Bridget. You probably eat fucking teacups.
Alright, motherfucker.
I
Yeah,
eat
but who's
rocks.
winning?
Who's winning? Not me.
Exactly.
In my defense, I haven't played my main yet.
This one's gonna lead into another question, but are you gonna watch the new Nier anime?
That's an very interesting and very appropriate question for me specifically, because like, all right, a bit of background information for the one person who's viewing this and probably hasn't made it that far into the video. I don't have a job right now, right? I have limited money. My money is very much so limited. I pay $15 a month for Xbox, like, Game Pass Plus, purely because I can play Nier, but I haven't, like, played Nier in months, because I have other games on my games list. I should cancel my subscription, I know, but I live in the first world, I'm a filthy American. So, here's the thing about the Nier anime. I haven't finished Nier, and I don't know when I will, realistically. And then by that point, it's like, my anime watch list is worse than my game playlist, because there's a lot less to it, but I'm very slow on it. Like, I've started Higurashi like 2 years ago and still haven't finished it, is what I'm trying to say. And it's a short anime, it is not at all a long anime. I'm just really slow to watch things. Like, that's definitely my weirdest media consumption, because sometimes I'll just watch a lot. Other times I won't watch anime for months at a time. So I genuinely don't know. I want to because it looks really good, but I don't see myself in the future, honestly. At least not unless it's like, suddenly, oh, I remember the Nier anime. I'm gonna watch that. But there are also a bunch of other anime that I will watch.
It was a really good time stop, or I might be dead. See, I'm glad you said that, because this is going to lead into another question. How do you feel about... How the fuck did that hit? Okay, so how do you think about... What do you think about... Here's my thing. I'm very happy you said that. Purely because I firmly think that, realistically, from the material they've released, as far as I know, the anime is just going to be a retelling of the main story of the game.
Ooh, in that
And
case,
I'm very glad that you said that, purely because I really hate a lot of animes and games, not animes and games, mostly just games, getting like anime or movie adaptations, and then it's just kind of a retelling of the main game with no differences.
Yeah,
It's
kind of
neat
lame.
to have, because it's just like, what's the point? It's nice for people who've already played it, but usually it ends up just being a worse experience for people who haven't played the game to consume the media.
Yeah.
So my question is, what do you think about video games getting turned into animes and movies? Like, what do you think about that?
I don't mind it, but like you said, if it's just a direct cut of the story, it does ruin a lot of experiences. Like, it genuinely does. And I think it's like, I don't know. I think a side story is much better. But when it's like the main story, it's like, okay, what's the point? Like, we've already seen this. It's nothing new. It's just kind of like a, hey, this is cool for the fans that already played this. But you're putting this big budget into something for it to literally just be a retelling of the same thing.
Exactly, when you could just like make something new.
And I guarantee you, fan service wise, everyone would prefer that. Like, sure,
Exactly,
I would
'cause
love
you're
to
getting
watch.
more.
Smash Brothers anime about like subspace emissary, but I'd much prefer a new story at the same time.
Exactly.
Like I know
Here's
the
my
subspace
thing.
story. I'm
Yeah.
comfortable with knowing the subspace story.
I think a really good example of this, at least for me, The World Ends With You. Great game. I would really recommend playing it. Anyone watching this, but it got a anime adaptation. I think, like what, a year or two back? No, just like a year back. And it's a great adaptation for fans who have already watched it, but it's essentially just a retelling of the original game. Which is really disappointing to see, because this is the kind of game that would absolutely benefit from like a extra, like an epilogue or like a what happened after or what happened before. A prequel or sequel would have been amazing. Not only that, it's an arguably kind of bad retelling of the original show, purely because it's really vague with a lot of things. It goes through it really fast, and and The World Ends With You is a very text-heavy game. A lot of characters talking amongst each other. A lot of story going on. A 12-episode anime is not enough for to cover all of the content in all of that time. It's just not. It looks great, but that's kind of it.
See, I think it heavily depends on how narrative the game itself is. Because, like, obviously I love Steins Gate, the anime. And I think the Danganronpa anime is also, like, a case where it's like, okay, I'm glad this got an anime that tells the exact story. But, I don't know, for Nair, it's just... It feels like a condensed version of the story. It's my thing. It just feels like... No one who wants to experience Nair is going to watch the anime to experience it. They're just going to watch the anime if they haven't already experienced Nair because, like, oh, this looks cool. I'm going to watch it. They're going to be like, okay, I've heard of Nair. Nair looks cool. I'll watch the Nair anime. They probably won't even realize it's the main storyline. It depends on how well it can, but, like, a 12-episode anime just can't, like you said, cover something as big as Nair. Like, Nair is huge.
Oh, I just realized he's about to perfect me. No, I have to stop this now.
Ah,
Yes.
come on.
That's all that matters. Oh, I didn't notice. I thought I landed a hit on you at some point. I refuse to let you perfect me. It's like ultimate disgrace.
Yeah, I agree. See, it's a weird subject that I'm definitely biased about, because like I said, Steins Gate. Meanwhile, the Steins Gate anime...
Thing. I think Steins Gate, coming from a visual novel, has a little more leniency. Because here's my thing. While there is a lot of story that we're going to miss out on, and we can't cover every route, at least being able to cover one route is both nice, and I think an anime can give, like, a very nice visual to something that doesn't have it.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say, because, like, both of my examples were visual novels, and it's like, okay, that's kind of the one medium where it's exempt from that rule. Because, like, Nera's a very visually, like, pay attention, look at this.
Yeah, like, pay attention, look at what's happening, experience it. And not only that, there's a lot of genuine side quests that are very, very necessary to, like, understanding some of, like, the big things that happen later on.
Yeah, and it's like, of course, a visual novel literally has visual in its name. But I guarantee you could take most visual novels and, like, just have them be text and then, like, rewrite them slightly and you get mostly the same experience. Not to, like, bash on visual novels, I love them, but, like...
Oh, yeah, same, absolutely.
I think anime and visual novel are so much so different compared to Nier. Like, JRPG and visual novel, where it's like, okay, you see these things happening, now you get to see them in cinemas, whoop-de-doo.
Exactly.
And I guess
my thing... Nier is already, like, a very cinematic game, it just need it.
Yeah. Like, I don't think it's bad, per se. More content, better, I guess, but I don't know. Like...
It makes sense that it exists purely because, like, Yoko Taro, the creator, would absolutely be like, yep, I have more game. I can make more money. More people will pay me for this.
Oh, come on. Like, I don't want to feel salty, like, oh man, this shouldn't exist. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just think...
I'm not salty about it, it's just like, it's kind of a shame. I feel like there could have been something more.
I just think in comparison to having something new, it's bad. Like, I don't mind that it happened. I'd rather have it happen than not happen. Like, cool, Nier anime. It's dope.
It's just like, it's a shame. I'm the kind of person who's definitely like, but it could have been so much more.
Yeah, that I do get.
Oh.
I guess it is made for enthusiasts, and I'm definitely not a near enthusiast, at least not yet.
Here's my thing. I've played it, and I'm not a near enthusiast either. Maybe, yeah, for the big near enthusiast, they'll kind of be like, oh yeah, this is great. I love Nier. But here's my thing. Even then, like, here's my thing. I love Neo. I love The World Ends With You. I don't own a physical of The World Ends Neo. The World Ends With You actually, but I own literally all of the figures for Neo. I own the original Neku figure. I own 2 of the anime's like statues. I love it. Great game. The anime, I still haven't gotten to watching it yet because it's just the original game. Oh, Nova left them.
Yeah, it's a weird topic, honestly. Because, like, you can always argue more equals better, but then it's like, alright, this could have been, like, something else for the same amount of work and budget.
My thing is, I don't feel like it's more. It's the same thing again.
Yeah. Well, it's more content, objectively speaking.
Yeah, but it's stuff you've already experienced.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'd probably rather have something new. Like, if we got... That's why when an anime movie releases, Demon Slayer, for example, and it's, like, just the previous arc, but, like, in movie format, no...
Yeah, I don't know why the hell that shit happens.
I will not watch it. Like, Demon Slayer's the perfect example, because they released half of Season 2.
Other movies?
They released half of Season 2, which pretty much covers the movie material that they released earlier. And I'm like,
shit,
alright,
really?
I'm not gonna watch that. I'm only gonna watch the second half of Season 2, because I know what happens.
And it's usually worse when they end up doing things like that. Purely
Yeah, the
because,
movie is more
you have to
theatrical
condense.
and low-key better.
No, usually the issue is, like, you're condensing... So here's my thing. Code Geass is a great example. The first 2 movies just cover the first 2 seasons of the show, and I don't know why you'd ever watch them over watching the actual show, because it's a lot. You lose out on a
Demon
lot.
Slayer, like, movie and Season 1. To be fair, I haven't seen it, so I probably don't have the best view of it. But I can envision it based on how Demon Slayer carries its movie, and it's like, I don't know, I think not the movie, the episodes, the anime. This one is a banger. Are you guys ready?
Alright.
Alright. This one is the one.
You don't deserve a strong one.
Final match.
You play
Final
Ramathal.
match.
You don't deserve
This one
You don't
is
deserve a
banger.
strong one. You
This
play
one is banger.
Ramathal.
This one is banger, right? Everyone be
Alright.
quiet. It needs a drum roll. Someone give me a drum roll.
I got you.
Hold on.
Who is Joe? No, in all seriousness, though, this one is really introspective and like
Alright.
existential.
I'm down.
So, hypothetically speaking, you've received life imprisonment. You have absolutely 0 chances of leaving before you die. The judge offers you an alternative. You can clone a version of yourself that didn't commit the crimes you've committed, but in trade you fade from existence. No one, not even your clan, remembers you. Do you?
Yeah, I do.
Alright, why so?
Here's my thing. I feel like it might be a bit grim, but I don't think I'm going to do anything of value in prison. A clone of me could. I would honestly prefer that a clone of myself do the things that I couldn't do.
So you're saying it's worth it to stop existing?
Yeah, I think it is, honestly.
Honestly,
If
I
that
would
clone
rather
has the
die.
intelligence to not do what I did, then yeah.
Well,
Alright,
wait.
alright.
Now you're saying so the judge is offering me no prison, but I will just cease to exist.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna be. So if I don't clone myself, I'll just be suffering.
You won't necessarily be suffering, but you won't have, like, good conditions, not whatsoever.
I could always kill myself.
I mean, you could.
Well, I mean,
Do you
think about
want
it.
to is the question. I could
Well,
have that
okay.
going.
Do I want to? Okay, if I committed such a heinous crime that I would not be able to ever have, I don't know, any chance of release before I die of age, I'm good. I'm good. I would honestly, if I was put in that situation, See, it's a good question because that means I cease to exist. Yeah, fuck you, Ramathal. But if I cease to exist, yet the clone, however, has no recollection and nobody has any remembrance of what I did, and the clone is just a new person. Honestly, I would give life. I'd rather give life to something that is innocent and, didn't do anything wrong. Well, yes, has my features, but at least it's, it's gonna have a purpose. I already served the purpose that I did, and that purpose was doing something bad or something, which, by the way, pretty hypothetical right there. But, yeah, no. That new life is gonna birth into something even more, which, by the way, could then expand to generations and generations. So instead of me fading off from existence and ending the bloodline or whatever the hell it is, there you go. Simple way. I would take that offer.
Okay, let's modify this question a bit to make it even more tense.
Actually, wait, I have a question.
Shoot.
What do you mean by a clone of myself? Just visually?
No, identically in mind.
Okay, so exact like replica.
Exact replica.
So carbon copy,
then,
except
I'd do it.
before the crime was committed, is what you're saying.
So I was wondering, is it just like visually?
This one, I think this one will reach another really concise answer, but it'll be the opposite answer of no. Let's say that your life, it's not going bad, but it's not going incredible. In short, you didn't achieve your dreams. You're just living a modest life. Mid.
That is kind of my dream, in all honesty.
Oh, a modest life.
Yeah,
You're living a slightly less than modest life. You're struggling to pay the bills. Not struggling, but you're living check to check.
Okay, yeah, things aren't so good.
You're like, oh man, life isn't horrible, but like, damn, I wish things would have ended up better.
Yeah.
A reality that a lot of people live. So, let's say theoretically, exact same cloning issue, you disappear, no longer exists. Your clone lives in pretty much paradise. Everything they want, best life imaginable. What do you?
That's interesting. What do you mean by paradise?
Whatever you perceive paradise to be, paradise on Earth to be.
The dot hack series flourished.
Okay, well, things that are possible.
Damn, okay. Alright, I see how it is.
Things that you or a clone of you could do.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fair.
You can't, like, shift the world and be like, oh man, I wish magic was real. That's paradise.
Oh, okay, okay, that's fair. I think my issue with the question is purely the fact that even if I'm struggling to pay the bills, motherfucker. Oh, I should have tried doing Dragon Install. Even the fact that I can't pay the bills, I'm still kind of happy as long as I can. Oh wait, what do you mean by can't pay the bills? Now that I think about it,
you can pay the bills, but you're living paycheck to paycheck. Like, miss a paycheck, you're fucked. You're going to a loan shark if you miss a paycheck.
That's really tough, actually.
Life isn't rock bottom, but it's also not exactly enjoyable.
How old am I in this scenario? How old would I be?
I won't give you a specific age, but you've long since given up on chasing your dreams, and there's no hope for you.
Oh.
That sounds fucked up, but that's just.
I mean, I understand.
You're gonna be in this situation for the rest of your life until you retire.
Okay.
And what you're gonna be living a very, very cheap retirement.
Considering what that would imply for me, yeah, I think I would.
You know, I can't say I agree with your choice, but
here's my thing. I think the reason I say that is because my definition of, like, I've lost everything of value to me.
You haven't lost everything of value. Like, you're still living an okay enough life. It's just less than okay. It's less than okay, but it's not, like, horrible. Like, you don't have no will to carry on. It's just like, oh man, things have been much better.
Here's my thing. I am the kind of person who never wants to, like, stop believing. I know that sounds like, oh, anime protagonist fucker, but, like, hear me out. I'm the kind of person who always, like, wants to believe that there's a chance. I always think that you can, in fact, come back. Like, you can. There's always a chance, as long as you're still alive.
In this hypothetical scenario, you can. But if you want to believe that, you can. But you can't. I'll just tell you straight up, like, it's not going to happen. On the misinput.
My thing is, I also think, here's my thing. What do you mean by, like, am I just not happy at all?
You're not necessarily not happy, but life is very melancholy.
That's fair. Here's my thing. I think the only... I need to think of how I word this very, very carefully.
Every day is like, damn, not like, fuck.
Yeah.
You're living a damn kind of life, not a fuck kind of life.
I get it.
I'm glad I could get to your Gen Z brain. We're the best. No, we're Gen
It's
Y.
all about
Are we
the
Gen Y?
vibes.
I don't fucking know. We're
XYZ.
What gen? We're after millennials.
I think we're Gen Z.
I don't think we are. Maybe
We're the generation.
we're lost. That's what we are.
We are the lost. The lost ones. I mean, this scenario implies that, yeah, we really are.
He's learned how to block.
I'm learning. That does not mean I've learned how to play the game. I think, here's my thing. I'm thinking about this in a very specific way, and in the way that is, it's a very, like, on-off situation. It's very binary what my choice would be. That's, like, all based on one specific condition. If not for that condition, honestly, I think I would. If there's a situation where there's absolutely no hope, then I think I'd take the call where I can create hope for someone else.
Fair enough. So you're saying that it's not worth it to live a damn sort of life?
If I'm absolutely damned, while there's
You're not damned.
Well,
but it's
maybe
like,
not
man.
well,
like, you
I mean,
don't
I
enjoy
essentially...
life, but you don't hate life.
Yeah, but I can't really go up.
Yeah, pretty much.
And in all honesty, I'd rather create hope for someone else if I cannot myself.
You know? Yeah, I kind of get it. I personally couldn't, but, you know. Yeah.
That's fair.
get
I
it.
understand both. Here's my thing. There is one thing that would absolutely make me say no, I would keep going. But assuming the situation, I think it probably wouldn't be there.
Yeah, fair enough. I think that ends it for the recording.
Yeah?
I want to record an outro.
How do we... Yeah, let's record an outro.
Let's answer
Okay,
who's Joe. Who is Joe? I won the last match.
Who
so last
is
question.
Joe? Well, godly. Mick Mech. Let me tell you something. Do you truly want to know who Joe is?
I truly want to know who Joe is.
With all your heart?
I do.